to another video. This is Sam, your host, and I'm talking, and we are in Africa Football Connect. So we are talking Manchester City. We are talking other things. Manchester City has just been knocked out of the Champions League. That is the breaking news that we are talking about, and they were knocked down by Lyon. Of them all, Lyon, and we are gonna cover on the second part of this video the transfers, the rumors that we've received from what the Barcelona players are saying, and what is happening in Arsenal and the transfer in, and how Liverpool are going to benefit from Bayern Munich if they win the Champions League. And at the worst part, you'll be surprised which club has to give out in this situation. You wait for it to actually shock you. And what else can we cover? We have other things that we're going to be talking about. Just a lot of things that I said. But I'm happy that you're here, guys. So please click the like button right now. Click the subscribe button and click that bell icon so that you never miss any video from this Africa Football Connect channel. So things have been happening, guys. And yesterday, Barcelona were beaten by Bayern Munich for 8 goals to 2. That's how much they were beaten, and they moved on, and we were all said, and I was just wondering what's going to happen, because it means that Manchester City were going to be the favorites of this cup if they could beat Bayern. That is because I wanted maybe at least the bigger strong club to face what Manchester City. But yesterday was proven that Barcelona was not the biggest club or one of the favorites in this competition. That's why they were knocked out by Bayern Munich. So I was worried that I hope the defense of Bayern won't suffer from the Manchester City attack. And guess what happens today? Lyon humbled the citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, as I'm speaking right now, Manchester City Club are packing their bags, going back home to England, because they have been eliminated in the quarterfinal of the Champions League, and Lyon goes to the semi-final. So the teams that have qualified to the semi-final of the Champions League, it's Leipzig, RB Leipzig, PSG, Bayern Munich, and Lyon. So it means 2 French teams and 2 German teams, which I don't know if it has ever happened in the history book that the 2 German teams and the 2 French teams they qualified to go to the next round of the Champions League. There's always a team from Spain, a team from Italy, and a team from England. But this season it has come up to this one. So now we are asking ourselves questions: which teams are going to the final? Is it going to go one German team and one French team, or both French team or both German teams? We better wait and see. But let's talk about Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola, the last time he won the Champions League was when he was still managing the Barcelona of 2015, the elite Barcelona, the team that had Thiago, Messi, that team that was the crazy, the one that took it all, even the league. And since then, he hasn't managed to do that. And since then, Barcelona hasn't managed to win again the Champions League. So now they've been eliminated. I don't even know what to say. I know the citizens, they're busy crying right now. They're hurt of what they've received, the news that they just received that they're out of the Champions League. They're still trying to swallow the pill that they just received from Lyon. Nobody expected them to be knocked out by Lyon. They thought that this was going to be an easier walk, and they were just going to see what happens in the next round. But Lyon had the strategy, and it worked for them. They made sure that the citizens couldn't actually play around and score the way they usually do in the Premier League. They actually studied the team, and they knew the best way of beating the team. Now Pep Guardiola and all your citizens, you are going back home carrying your bags. And also, to talk about something else, some of the players of City, they actually left the ground crying in tears. For example, people like Gabriel Jesus, they didn't expect it to be knocked out in that manner. They actually thought they were going to go to the semi-final, even to the finals, to actually win the league. But it seems that they have to wait for another season, and we don't know what will happen next season, because this Champions League, these leagues that are there, they always shock us each and every time. They always bring something new that nobody is expecting. And for me, like a person like me now, I don't have any bad blood with the teams with the teams that are left in the Champions League to win. The only team that I didn't want I have to say this: it's Manchester City. I didn't want Manchester City to win the club, they win the Champions League, because it was going to cause a lot of noise all over. There's noisy neighbors. They make a lot of noise, those guys, and it was going to disturb my livelihood as a champion of England as we speak. I'm talking about Liverpool, but now they've been knocked out of the Champions League. I'm actually hoping that Bayern Munich win. I don't think PSG can win, because the way they're performing, it doesn't seem like they can actually win something this anytime, unless they're able to change from how they did it against Atlanta to actually give a better performance that will actually give them the chance to actually win this Champions League for the first time in their career. But if Bayern Munich win, they'll be moving to the sixth, the same position as Liverpool, which is really good. They'll be on the third position, and if all the teams that are not even believed to be in this competition, which is Leipzig and Lyon, wins, that will be a surprise, a package that we are not really waiting for. It will actually surprise us, and I believe they can do it. Lyon have beaten Juventus, guys, and now they've beaten Manchester City, so they've beaten the champions of Serie A, and now they've beaten the team that was following the champions of England, and now they're going to the semi-finals facing the champions of German league. So we have to see which one is the biggest league right now between French league and German league, and it will be proven in this game that is coming, guys. And I can't wait, because it continues on Wednesday, where we'll be continuing with the Champions League, and it has been so exciting to be watching what has been happening. So I hope you are enjoying yourself, and to be sorry to those who have lost. I believe you have moved on. I did moved on, even though I did a lot of videos where I was complaining a lot. You check them out that day. I'll put it exactly in the end of this video, so that you actually see some of the things that I said after I was disappointed that Barcelona had been knocked out of the Champions League. But that's what happened. Note, it wasn't because of they had been knocked out of the Champions League, but because of the humiliation that the club received in the hands of Bayern Munich. But we move on, and we have to see what comes out next. So before we move to the next part of this video, before we move to the next part of the video, which are the transfer, I just want to give you some updates of what has been happening in the world of Premier League. For starters, the Premier League have announced their manager of the season, and it is none other than Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp has lifted the manager, the Premier League manager of the season here, who is well deserved. His team has been unstoppable. It has been just the craziest team to actually watch in this season, and they've actually managed to go to the next stage. So very congratulations to my boss. We are telling you, you never walk alone, and we believe in you. We know that you're gonna do more with us, so we can't wait to see what happens next season. But for this season, the champions have taken it, and he has taken the manager of the season to prove it. So we wait to see what happens on the next stage. Also, in another different news, Liverpool again in Liverpool as well. They're saying that Liverpool, as we speak, there are now pictures that have come out. They are now in Australia, where they're actually preparing for next season Premier League. They're already preparing. I saw some of the pictures training. You can check them in the Liverpool pages. It's either on YouTube, Instagram, or even Twitter. They're all doing their trainings, preparing for next season. So this is going to be an exciting news. I'll be checking other clubs, but as we speak, those are the clubs that I know. And tomorrow, Manchester United will be playing Europa League game. I'm not really sure which team they'll be playing, but I have to check it out. I hope they win, because they're the only team that are left in these things from the English Premier League. So if they lose, that is going to be very bad for the English sides this season. But we can't say anything. Corona has messed a lot of things up, so things are not really going according to what the teams, even the players, even the managers of the clubs are really expecting. So thank you very much for watching. Now we move on to the next part of this video. But before we go to the next part of the video, I would like you guys to click the subscribe button if you're enjoying this video, and please press like on this video, because I do these videos like this each and every time. So click the subscribe button, keep clicking the subscribe button, so that we enjoy. So the first news we are coming on, when we are now talking of the transfers, guys, and the first news is coming from Arsenal. They are saying that Arsenal have set their sight on completing a deal to sign Thomas Partey from Atletico. Now that he is captured, they have captured William from Chelsea, is complete. So it seems like now Arsenal, after completing the signing of William, they are now focusing on getting Thomas Partey, which is a good deal for them, and I hope that they get the player that they want, because Thomas Partey is one of the best midfielder who can actually control the mid part of Arsenal. He's really done that very well at Atletico Madrid, and he deserves whatever he'll be getting. So let's wait and see if they can be able to get to the end of this deal. So your comments on this thing was this: great news. When your day is done with Partey, Coutinho might have won the Champions League, but we can go for him. So this is a Arsenal fan who's saying that great news for the Gunners, that they are now going after Thomas Partey. But what they're doing is this: is they are working on Thomas Partey, they are working so hard so that they go after Coutinho. So it seems like all their plans are coming to they're now materializing to coming into exactly what they want. So if they get Thomas Partey, it will be a huge signing for them, and it will move them closer to the dreams and everything that they're setting for the Premier League. And they're saying this: there's this guy whose name is Justin is saying that get Thiago Silva from PSG, because he is a free agent next year. So they're saying they should get Thiago Silva. I don't really know about him that much. I might know the player, but not that much. So we have to wait and see what happens. And then the second news is coming from the Chelsea Football Club. They're saying that Chelsea will be focusing to look elsewhere in their search for a goalkeeper after Atletico Madrid slapped them with a 110 million pound price tag on Jana Oblak. So that's from Daily Sources. So it means they are moving on to another keeper, because they can't be able to afford to get this keeper. So the information we are getting, and this is from Tulo, who's giving us a comment, and he's saying this: Chelsea really don't need a defender. Taking a clue from last season, Kepa was the reason Chelsea won Europa. Then David was in the team despite the fact that Chua wasn't playing. You can't. What is this guy talking about? You can't undervalue his contribution at the team when good combination and best of Rudiger, despite the imperfect of Luiz, his two best defender last season, and he is the leader on his own. Kepa wasn't our problem because we won Copa, we won Europa and qualified for Champions League. Easy. With Rudiger, we thought is our best defender. Show us many times that he's just not that good, and we thought this is just like the bench of others. Fix the defense line first, then get Kepa's confidence back. I think his mistake was that he didn't want to say the problem was on the defenders. I think he meant it to say the problem for Chelsea is the defenders, not the keeper. So that's what he's saying. I won't comment to that because it was just so long and it's confusing in a way. I trust Chelsea, they can never pay such an amount. Oh, somebody said that they can never pay such an amount for Black, which is true. So there is a breaking news that happened 11 hours ago, and it was coming from the Arsenal staff. They're saying breaking news: Arsenal head of football Raul Senor has left the club with an immediate effect. He will be replaced by Vina Van Kesem. Source Arsenal. I don't know who is that. So the comments from you guys, from Ty Alexander, saying this is good news. I believe his departure. I believe he is departing because some board members are unhappy with the way he went about the Pepe deal, and perhaps Pepe is a good player, but 7 mil was just too much. 7 mil couldn't have gotten 2 defenders. Also, he would have wanted Emery to stay. I think a change of board member will benefit the club. That's one Arsenal fan who believes that he made some terrible choices in his signings and stuff like that. So him leaving is actually benefits the club. So we'll wait and see. David is saying this big Barca fell since this man left. Now we are chasing out one of the best men we have ever had. So this guy came from Barcelona. I think Arsenal fans are feeling like they've been hard done, that they're losing one of the people who has helped Barcelona become the club that they were. But now he's gone, so we have to wait and see how that goes. And the other news that we have that came 9 hours ago is coming from the city of Manchester United. They're saying talks are continuing into a second month between Manchester United and Dean Henderson over a new long-term contract. The 23-year-old has made it clear he wants to he wants to commit his future at United and battle it out with David De Gea for next season for the number 1 jersey. So the source is Sky Sports. So this is what they're saying. It seems like the player doesn't want to go anywhere. And there's a guy who's talking about him. Let me hear what he's saying. He's saying this Joe Dior. He's saying this. This is the comments, guys. Which one will be deadly next season? William Aubameyang Pepe, Sterling Jesus Menez, Salah Firmino Mane, Pulisic Werner and Ziyech, VAR Martial and penalties. So that's how we analyze the thing, which I'm going to laugh about when I actually look at it. But even though, going back to the situation, I think the youngster can do more and he has more to offer. But if he's not getting 100% game time, I feel like he needs to move to a better club where they're actually going to pay him for his service and they'll give him the game time he really well deserves. But we'll have to see what he says. And the team that I believe will be the best in next season, I still believe, is Liverpool. So what do you expect? I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm just giving you the importance of what I think. But the one that I feel like can be close to us next season, around there, I haven't tested the Pulisic Werner and Ziyech thing. I'm not really sure. Then the Sterling Jesus, of course, that one will always be dangerous, so we have to keep out for that. William Aubameyang and Pepe, that is something that we have to watch. So the things that I'm not really sure about is the number 4, the one that is talking about Ziyech, Werner and Pulisic, and the one that is talking about William Aubameyang and Pepe. Martial, VAR and penalties, well, that is just for another day, not for me. But the other comment was that from Nate, he said, "Come on to the pride of London, Chelsea." Okay, he's trying to tell the player to come to Chelsea, but the Dean Anderson, I don't think he'll come because the player believes that he's a diehard Manchester United fan who's not getting enough game time that he needs. But I feel like if he goes to another club, he'll be very, very good and he'll actually provide a lot. But we have to wait and see how the deals and the things are going to be played out and how to come up to the end. But as we stand here right now, we'll just be observing from afar and hope for the best for both parties. So let's move on. And the second news is coming from the city of London, and the Chelsea Football Club are saying Chelsea are closing in on a world record deal to sign a left back Ben Chilwell from Leicester after a breakthrough in talks. So it seems like there's a breakthrough, and the Times was the source. It seems like there's a breakthrough between Chelsea and Leicester. So they're talking about talks as they are going on, and it seems like they're about to sign one of their dream signings, which was Chelsea. So it means that Chelsea, they are going after their main targets, and it seems like there's actually something that is happening. But we have to wait and see when the pen is now on the paper. That's when we believe that things has been done. Let me read your comments and what you think. Taki Solonga is saying this. Come on, this is really worth it. Come on, is this really worth that much? I mean that guy can't even defend properly. No difference between him and Alonso. We need center backs, not left backs. That's what you believe, but the guy can produce more chances for you in front. That part he has proven it, that is good. So I don't think you need to think about that to that extent. Let me see how much they're saying that he has to pay, or they haven't write it down, but I'll try to find out how much the Chelsea club is supposed to pay to get his service at Chelsea. Jackson is saying this. Leicester really knows how to make money. They purchase the player with a migrant amount Then after a few seasons, they are selling him at an abnormal amount. Firstly, Jackson, let me tell you something. Leicester took a player, an underrated player, a player who was not known, and they developed him through their training system and their managing, and they deserve to charge as much they think the player is worth after you clubs like Chelsea come interested in a player. I hope you understand what I'm talking about, but that's how business is done. FC Bournemouth re, have reculatedly accepted an 18 million offer from Sheffield United for goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. Personal terms are yet to be agreed. That's the source from Arsenal, from Sky Sports. That's the source. So it seems like Bournemouth, this youngster keeper, is going to Sheffield United next season, so he's not leaving. Actually, the Premier League. Remember, the club was relegated, so you stay in the Premier League, and I hope you do very well in the league, and we hope for the best for him. Manchester United are well placed to complete a 30 million pounds, 30 million euro signing of Banotti Badis from Monaco after formalizing their interest in the defender. So it seems like United are looking to sign a defender. Let me hear what the United supporters are saying. What did the United see in him, in Monaco's Marshall, whoever that is? And I don't even know what he's talking about. Ed Woodward is searching about average players' cost. Okay, whatever you're saying, we have to just move on. So, done deal. Nottingham Forest have announced the signing of former United defender Ty Blackett. I don't know who that one is, but he has been signed. So we move on. So we are going back to the story that I'd given you some hint when we started this beginning, and it's coming from the city of Liverpool. They are saying that Liverpool will receive a €5 million payout from Barcelona if Felipe Coutinho wins the UEFA Championship League with Bayern. The player-specific bonus clause was included in the Brazilian's contract when he completed the move to the Camp Nou in 2018. So in 2018, it seems like there was an agreement between Liverpool and Barcelona that if the player is able to bring the Champions League or is able to win the Champions League, Liverpool deserves to be given €5 million in bonuses. But now, because the player didn't live up to the expectation of what Barcelona expected in the player, they decided to let him out on the loan, and they moved to Bayern Munich. After moving to Bayern Munich, it seems like now he's on the verge of going for the UEFA Champions League. And if he wins it, Barcelona have to lose a minimum of the maximum of €5 million paying Liverpool, because the player has achieved what both clubs had decided to see. So that's how the deals are being done, and that's how it looks. So Brian Horner is saying that I simply love the way we do business. You never walk alone, which is something I respect many. Make man out of anything you can do, Liverpool, and they're doing that, and it seems like it's working for them. And the Kanda is saying that, wow, the same player that provided an assist and also scored 2 goals against Barcelona as a sub. This is amazing. Yeah, that is what I was saying in the afternoon. I was saying, like, after what Coutinho did, in just 10 minutes he got in the game, he scored 2 goals and assisted against the Barcelona and make sure that they're out of the Champions League, and he's the one who's going to win in the Champions League, and Barcelona have to pay Liverpool in the process. That is just crazy, and I had to actually accept in the head. But that's what is going to happen, and we have to wait and see how it goes. Newcastle United are targeting on Manchester United defender Chris Smalling as Steve Bruce looks to strengthen his backline. So it seems like not only Roma are interested in Chris Smalling, it seems that the other teams are actually interested in him. But we'll wait and see how if Steve Bruce's team is able to get him. Next is that a done deal which was done 4 hours ago. A done deal Watford have approached Vadavik, I think that's Vladimir Vic, as the new club. They've appointed him as the new club, new head coach on 1 year contract with an option for further more years. So it seems like Watford didn't have a manager, but now they've actually appointed somebody to become the manager of Watford, so that the guy can actually help them when they're in the championship, so that they work so hard to come back to the Premier League. So well done to Watford, and I hope you enjoy whatever you're going to experience in the championship. And for that, I won't be looking at the comments of this because I'm not focusing on the championship, but I focus on the Premier League. So I hope you understand that, guys. So a surprisingly news that came out of the Camp Nou after they fired the coach yesterday, the manager yesterday, and some of the people were fired today. They are saying that the Barcelona FC heavyweight players, so the heavyweight players, we're talking of the Suarez, the Messis, and the other people like the Piqués, the people who have been there for such a long time in Barcelona, and now whatever they say, they're taking with a strong weight, and which is something that is hurting Barcelona so much. So that's saying Barcelona's heavyweights, the players don't want Mauricio Pochettino to take over the club next season. This is source as SA. I don't know, the source is SA. It is AS, which is just crazy for me to think about. Barcelona, you were walloped, you were destroyed yesterday, and you still think that you can have the guts and the audacity to choose the type of manager you need in your club. That is just crazy to think about, and that is just unacceptable. We need our club to change, and we need our club to win something. We need our club to win trophies. And if there is a man who can be able to actually prepare you so that you do that, I believe you have to take him by both hands. And if Pochettino is the man who's available to help you guys, please do that. Don't be talking about how you don't like the manager. That doesn't help in the world of football. We don't care about your feelings here. We care about the club, and we hate if the club is hurt more and even more because you guys were stingy enough and just clueless enough to think that the players who wanted to go play for you doesn't deserve to be there. So you need to look on that Barcelona and actually come up with good strategies of how you're gonna do your business, not to be listening to players and what they think. Oh, so the last transfer news we have for the day, and it's coming from Arsenal. They're saying that Arsenal goalkeeper Emilio Martinez says that he is open to leave the club this summer, and they said that there are at least 10 teams interested in signing him. So it seems like if your team is interested in signing this guy, he just made himself available. I think he can actually be a good keeper at Chelsea. Chelsea should look up to that because I think he can actually provide a lot. We did see that he was a good keeper in the last games that Arsenal faced. So I think they need to open their eyes, Chelsea, and actually some of the best players who can actually help them. So this was the news that we had. Let me check if there are anything that I'm leaving out in the transfer, if there's any news that has been broken out, so that I give you the rumors that are everything that is happening. No, that is the last news we have, guys. So this was Africa Football Connect, guys, for you. This was the late part of the transfer news and also the movement of what is happening in Manchester City losing and going out of the UEFA Champions League. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that. And please don't forget to leave your comments and give me what you think about all the news that I was bringing in this story, because all of these things affect you either way. Because if a club signs a player in a team or in a league that you love, it's going to affect you because it means the team will be dangerous. But if they don't sign you and it's your club, it also affects you because you'll be lacking. So I hope you enjoy, and you're gonna click the like button, click the subscribe button, and we meet again on another video. This has been Sam, your host, and I hope you enjoyed it this time. So let's meet on tomorrow and we'll see what we have for the next rumors that will be missing. This is Sam signing out, and I'm saying peace out.